weeks in a row. Only reason why I put him below Mark is because I think Mark has a brighter future, and I think Alex does also.
Definitely, both of them do. Both of them are very interesting teams, and it's kind of like
I'm excited to just see where both their teams go. Honestly,
that's what when I say that I've built the blueprint for bad teams to become good. Those are kind of the two teams that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In the sense that like I was right there with them last year. You know, so I'm excited to see the moves they can make. But Chris confuses me over and over again. So I don't know, but one of these years he'll get it. You know what I mean? I just I don't know when, but
yeah.
I can see why you would have Chris down there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, who knows? He could be good. I feel like sometimes he's right on the verge of like competing, and then sometimes I feel like he's on the verge of being the worst team.
Well, yeah. I mean, it
just doesn't really make sense.
No, that's a lot of the stuff he does doesn't really make sense, and I think he knows that. He kind of just throws shit at the wall.
So
and, you know what I mean? But
it's lead script writing for the league. As he says.
That he loves sometimes more than his own team. I think that's what he said, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yep. Which division do you think it has been better? Big Bros or Little Bros? Right now, the record for Big Bros against them is 55 and 43.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that just shows like who's been better.
Yeah. Again, and I don't know if this is biased or not. I definitely think we're the better division. I think we're the more competitive division, easily. I mean, you have. I mean, I think you had just someone texted this today that all of us except for Mark have made.
I see. I was coming up with the questions for today.
Yeah, I figured. And I like you guys obviously haven't done that. And I think that
I'm the only big brother to actually make it to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
You guys are lacking.
Well, that's what I mean, and like. I don't know. I think our division is far more competitive. Even like the only teams I lost to this year were Jack and Dom, in my own division. I think, and just seeing this year, I had the best team in the league. Jack had the second best team in the league, and but even like going before that, I think every year the little brothers. I mean, Dom's been in 2 Super Bowls now. You know what I mean? Like. Each team in our division,
more playoff dominance for sure.
Yeah, right. But like, you can make an argument for each team in our division being great teams. You know what I mean? He has a ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Dom's has 2. He is that coveted slot second place trophy.
Yeah.
2 years in a row, except for Mark. And I honestly, I think Mark is there. Like I said, I think Mark can be there with Alex. I think they're like up and coming.
I was a little nervous about Mark's. Running backs now after his trade. But otherwise, like, I think he's in a good position.
I think you can figure it out.
Unless Rashawn Johnson's just nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it.
No.
I think look at for example, Alex's team had literally not even a full roster before the draft.
Yep.
Yeah.
Running back is where I think you can go into the season and be like, okay, I'll figure it out during the season.
Yeah.
And pick up someone like Kyron Williams or Raheem Mostert and you'll be fine. You know, like.
Absolutely.
So if I had one position that I was like, I'm not sure, I'll probably be running back first, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of like, and again, it's in my mind at least, running back has to be the last piece to a competing team. You know what I mean? Like you can't draft your running backs. And that's why I was a little bit confused as to what Alex is doing this year. Obviously it's kind of working. We can see his team on the up. So I don't want to question his greatness, but I was a little bit confused when he was going after, Achan and Condre Miller and them in the draft as opposed to just throwing a dart at every wide receiver and quarterback or tight end. You know what I mean? I mean that he could have. Because I really think that's how you build your team, through strong wide receivers. You know, I mean we all learned from Fitz that wide receivers build the core of a team.
Yeah.
And so I think running back has to be the last piece, and that's also kind of what I did this year. You know what I mean? Drafting Bijan and Gibbs at the top of the draft, and kind of just fleshing out my roster.
The rest of the team, yeah.
So I don't think Mark should be that worried. I think Justin Jefferson is, which we will get into. Okay. But he is, Justin Jefferson. Obviously, you're not going to lose because you have him on your team. So, I think he'll be all right. But like I said, running back is kind of like what B-Rod said. I think that's the position you want to be the most unsure about, if any.
Okay. We're getting towards the end of the questions here.
Go ahead. Yep.
How much time do you think we've been talking for?
I'm
covering the time.
Yeah. I don't know. 50 minutes?
Yeah, really good guess. 52.
Really? Nice. All right.
Next season, who do you think will be the top 5 teams in the league?
Ooh. Okay. Like in
no order,
in total,
just
okay.
Who do you think will be top 5? In my opinion, by the way, I think next year is going to be the most competitive season we've had.
You think
in the
so?
league.
Why do you think that?
I just think like the teams that aren't as good are going to be better, so it's going to make it more competitive.
Fair.
Like, well, Alex's team is going to be pretty solid, I think.
Yeah.
Even though I was just sticking him, Chris should be pretty good. I'm not really worried about him though. And then, Mark's team's on the rise. All his young guys.
I agree. Top 5 teams next year. I think. I mean, my early prediction for a Super Bowl winner next year was B-Rod.
Hey.
So I'll put B-Rod up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the nod as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say myself.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, man, I can see Jack falling off, but he's been so good. I'll put Jack up there.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you know what? Honestly, and Steve has some guys.
Yeah, Steve has a lot.
Steve has some guys. He does. He's got like a sneaky good like guys like Jaden Reed who like you don't really think about, but like put up like 20 points a game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Good. Yeah.
So I'd say those are my top 5. I think Norm. I know we say this every single year. I really don't see how it comes true this year, and I know he's worried because he's offering his entire team. I just saw him the other day, and he was literally like my entire team was up for grabs. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, classic Norm shit. But I think he's gonna fall off the face of the earth.
I agree. His team, like we've been saying it. I think this coming year has just got to be a year.
To be fair, he's been proving us wrong though. His team of 28 and 29-year-olds went out this year and dominated. Honestly,
Chris said 2 years in a row that he's gonna be last. I mean,
I know.
He's been in the playoffs every single year.
Yes, so. He's been good, but at a certain point, man, like
someone said he's like the Spurs, like he just gets the job done.
Alex, right?
But like, look, at a certain point, this is a dynasty league. Not making these moves is going to catch up to you, and that's also why I think that Jack will eventually fall off.
They both have to start making moves.
I agree.
That's why like they're both poised to fall.
But I don't even I don't even think they'll see this. Honestly, I don't even think they watch it. But what do you call it? But that's and Jack just carried the worst bench of all time into the championship game.
I was just looking at that.
No one really got hurt.
No, that's what I'm saying.
In the beginning of the year,
right.
Insane.
Yeah,
crazy, horrible. So
and my favorite guys, like, I think his top bench guy is someone from Chris, who is Kyler. Like I mean, it's
well,
not
right.
I mean, like he has to like he makes no waiver moves, you know.
But things just worked out right.
I saw him pick up.
Pittman's a stud.
Chris. Well, yeah, exactly.
But we couldn't have known. But like he picked up like DeMarcus Robinson. I was like.
Hey man, DeMarcus Robinson was kind of doing stuff.
He was
I was a little bit scared of DeMarcus Robinson.
He's a nice fit there on the Rams.
I was too, but I was like, why isn't he even like making moves the whole year? You know, why is he making more moves? You know,
right? Yeah, and like I don't know. Sometimes they confuse me. Like one of Norm's like handful of waiver moves this year was Alec Pierce. We've seen what Alec Pierce can do to franchises. Like he destroys these teams. Like I don't know, but yeah, so I think those will definitely. I think those 5 that I mentioned.
I had the same exact 5 on my list, and
okay.
I think you said it exactly in the same order.
Okay.
Also.
Okay. What was the? It was you.
I didn't. Mine's not in order.
Okay.
So I listed
Yeah.
down. Like I put me, Brandon, you, Jack, and
Steve. Yeah. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Alex can low-key sneak his way into there.
I like Alex. Well, I mean, there's 6 spots,
I think
right?
maybe just another year.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. The 6th seed is definitely gonna be close.
It's open.
Dom is good, but I feel like I don't know.
He's another one of those teams, man. It's just like he makes moves, and like it's not. He doesn't have like Jack syndrome, but like I feel like eventually the wheels have to fall off there. You know what I mean?
He's got like Aaron Jones. I don't think he's gonna be that good much longer.
No, I agree.
He's gonna. Well, that's probably why I think he's looking for a running back right now because he's looking at his running backs and realizing they're all pretty trash except for Tony Pollard.
Well, Tony Pollard wasn't even good either this year. He scored 1 touchdown.
Because I said it before the year, he is not a one.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not.
There are
a lot of backs like that.
I know the Cowboys definitely regret that.
Because he looked pretty good. Honestly,
he looks good.
He still looks nice. And Imagine I had Zeke still on this team.
Yeah. I know. They would have been
even better.
I thought they were gonna get like Dalvin Cook, who looked terrible for us. But
horrible,
I'm saying
horrible.
I thought like they were gonna go out and get someone during the year because Pollard's like not like the guy.
Even now for the playoffs, they still didn't grab Dalvin Cook. I mean, granted, they look terrible, but still, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They would try it.
I wonder if it'll work out for the Ravens.
I hope not.
I don't.
Right.
I don't know, but like at the same time, I don't think like Justice Hill is Justice Hill really better than Dalvin Cook now?
And Gus Edwards looks good too there, so like I'm sure Dalvin Cook can.
Yeah,
Gus Edwards looks good within the 3-yard line. Like I don't know.
Like Dalvin Cook really worse than both of them. Like did he really fall off that bad? I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Let's see. Next question. Do you think you're in a good position to repeat?
I do. It's kind of what I was saying before with like keeping the rookie pick, which is like you don't want to just like be one and done and trade away everything and then have nothing to rebuild with. So I have a lot of older guys, but I also have a lot like my young core I think is very good. Stroud, Bijan, Gibbs, CD. I would throw Hawkinson in there because he's pretty young for a tight end, but now he's obviously not going to play this year. DJ Moore, still fairly young. You know what I mean? Just like guys like that. But obviously, you have these guys aging out: Keenan Allen, Diggs, Amari Cooper. So I don't. Again, like we were saying before, I don't think we'll see another season like I just had. But I think I can. I won't have going into the playoffs. Fun fact: I had 5 wide receiver ones on my team. I don't think that'll happen again. I don't think those guys are in a position to really do the same thing.
CD, Diggs,
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper.
Damn. They should still be good.
They should be.
Probably not as good.
Like you have to wonder when the age cliff is coming. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, but I think I'm fine. You know.
All right. Well, the camera turned off, so we're just gonna continue. I only have a few more questions left.
Yes.
These are just some random questions about the league.
Yeah.
Favorite narrative this year?
God, another thing that I always fight. Honestly, I don't think I would have been as mad if I had to go, only because I asked Sydney, my girlfriend, if she would come with me if I went, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great. Like I would love to go." So like we would unironically go. You know what I mean? It's probably Disney on Ice. What do you call it? I know Steve's pissed about it. I also think that one is just funny because of like the time and like thinking about it on Chris's end. You know what I mean? Like I would never like I wouldn't want to pay my own money to buy tickets for Disney on Ice, and B, like I just like how do you think of that? You know what I mean? So probably that one. And even it was what do you call it? I was sitting there with Steve. We were the last 2 names on the board.
Oh my god.
And that was also the night that Rodgers went down.
Yeah, terrible.
So if that happened and then I got picked for Disney on Ice, I don't know, like waking up the next morning would have been hard, man.
Yeah.
But, like
I
Disney on Ice is probably right.
And I was like, oh my god,
so
if this lands on Mike, it's over.
Person to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Matt was just like, I'll go.
Like, but that's what you need though. Like, yeah. But he's still pissed about it. You know what I mean? That's like that's the funny part.
Yep. Next, do we need a 3rd round in our draft?
Yeah. I agree. I do. I honestly, to be completely honest, I mean, Chris is just like, you know what I mean? He just likes like making people sweat. I think he will give it every year. His reasoning, I think, was that we're not expanding the rosters every year, but it kind of also just plays into his argument of like you need the waiver wire to stay competitive and make the roster decisions that that you need to these are the things you need to be thinking about. It's competitive because you're thinking who should I keep, who should I cut. You know what I mean? Like when we're sitting there, Chris and I, at 2 a.m. and putting the teams after the draft, and we're texting everyone individually, like who do you want to keep, who do you want to cut? Yeah. That's also crunch time for everyone because you have to be like, all right, I just draft. This is another guy that I brought up. And I need to.
And worst comes to worst, if you don't want to pick in the 3rd round, like he gives us the option to pass.
Absolutely, yeah, you can pass. I mean, as we know from Jack's famous 45 minutes, that was terrible. But
he was just like. We waited there for 45 minutes. It was just like
it was so bad. So yeah, but yes, I definitely think there should be a 3rd round. I mean, I got biggest advocate of the 3rd round. So
yeah, you can't say no now.
I never would say no, honestly. I like it. It's more drafting. You know what I mean? But like I don't know.
Yeah.
Next, personally, I wouldn't want this because I think our league is perfect the way it is.
Okay.
Would you want to do a league expansion at some point and add 2 more teams?
Honestly, no. And I hate to say it, because I actually think I would like to see the expansion draft. You know what I mean? Where like we'd probably do like NHL style, I guess, where like you're allowed to like keep or protect like 6 guys or 7 guys, something like that, and then like the rest of the expansion teams draft from the team rosters.
Oh hell no!
I'm pretty sure. That's how expansion team drafts normally go.
Yeah, I would never allow that.
So I would kind of like to see that because I think it would be kind of funny. But after the draft, I'd be like, wait, I want my guys back now. You know what I mean? So, and I also think 12's a lot. Like I think we're kind of getting
10
used
is
to.
the perfect amount.
Yeah, and with the benches we have, like I think it would get a little ridiculous.
The rosters are balanced, more balanced in 10 also.
Like we have a ton of space on my bench. There was times this year where I didn't even know who to put on my bench. You know what I mean? Like going into the playoffs, I stashed 3 defenses.
Yeah.
And I was fine with it. Obviously, it was for a competitive playoff thing. There are people who stash 2 or 3 defenses over the off season, which I'll never understand. But what do you call it? So I think the bench space is definitely enough, and I think the 10-man rosters is definitely enough, and I don't think I'd want to expand.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to see Squill Gardell and Squill Rodriguez in the league, they both had their chance.
Yeah.
So.
Facts. All right, and last question I have.
Okay.
How do you feel about mine and Mark's contract?
There we go. All right. So this kind of brings me on to my questions for you. So, the rebrand you have a rebrand going on.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I wanted to say that what does AFC Richmond bring to the table that the Gritty Gang couldn't bring to the table? Let's kind of start there. Like why the switch?
So I want to be more like homegrown. I feel like the Gritty Gang just had like an aura about just getting the best players possible and putting them all together like a super team.
Okay.
I want AFC Richmond to have grit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you essentially want to get worse.
I don't want to get worse. I just want to be more homegrown and have all guys that I actually rock with instead of guys that like I'm just stacking up. You know what I mean? Like, look. Rashad White.
Yes.
I've been on him since his rookie year.
You've been a long time Rashad White.
Yes.
I know that.
And then Malik Neighbors, I absolutely love him. I think he's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
Michael Mayer is my number 1 tight end in the draft last year.
Really?
Yeah, I had it was Mayer, Laporta, and who else was in the draft? Kincaid, yeah. Oh wait.
Kincaid at 3?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, okay. Why was that?
I don't know, just my analytics.
Just
I thought they were all gonna be good, but that's just what I had.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I don't know, the Gritty Gang, like, I just wasn't rocking with it anymore. I think we needed a change.
Fair.
And also, like, we're the Gritty Gang, and I was trading away Jefferson.
Right.
Like,
well,
that's one of the main guys that do the Gritty, like, you know what I mean?
So that kind of leads me into my next thing here. You changed the Gritty Gang, but you are no longer the Gritty Gang. What made you feel? Before coming here, I think I checked like 6 or 7 Dynasty rankings websites, and Justin Jefferson is at the very top of all those lists.
Yeah.
What made you comfortable trading away Justin Jefferson? Why give away an asset like that?
So, my depth is not good at all. I had to get younger.
Okay.
I was getting too old. I had to get younger.
Funny, because I think Chris was calling you out on your depth during the season, and you were like, nah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I don't think my depth was an issue. I think it is going to be an issue if I don't do anything about it.
Okay.
So, and like it kind of showed in the playoffs when like, let's see, like, who didn't play? Tyreek Hill didn't play that last week.
Yes.
And I had, what did I even put in?
Deontay, maybe?
No, I didn't even get to put in Deontay because he played the day before.
Oh.
Like, I played Deontay Foreman, and he got me
negative
points. So that's just like an example. Like,
that was
so I had to get deeper at running back.
Okay.
And also, I forgot him, Tank Dell. Tank Dell's also my guy. And I think so Cooper Kupp's going to get old. He kind of is already. I'm going to have Tank Dell replace him, which I think Tank's going to be amazing. And he has a lot of aura. And then there's also Malik Neighbors, who I think he will easily replace Justin Jefferson for me.
Okay.
I'm not even questioning.
You're like you weren't even willing to wait for landing spot, combine.
No, because
nothing like that.
No, I don't need to see the combine because I see how he plays in games. People overrate the combine actually.
What a landing spot.
A landing spot, I mean, when I made the trade, I looked at the top 7 teams.
Yeah.
And like that's where he's gonna go.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
And I'm like, he would go off at any of these places.
It's looking like Chargers right now, which is like.
And if he goes to Chargers, that's
insane.
actually the best possible situation out of any team he could go to in like the top, like of the draft.
Well,
I think because having Herbert and like that'll just be crazy.
Hey man, they said it about QJ, but
the thing is,
Neighbors
I know,
is
I'm
way better than QJ. And QJ, I watched this film. That man did not use his hands even one time in college.
Neighbors, I think they were saying would be like I mean like you can't because like they're just guys in suits. So like what they do in college doesn't matter as much, but like as a prospect, like look at like Jefferson, like he's not better than how Neighbors was as a prospect. And like the top receivers for like the past like 3 years are saying like Neighbors would have gone like first or second. And it's just this year because there's Marv, you know, like
yeah.
He's in a shadow.
People are putting like Marv like he's a top. I actually don't think there's that big of a gap between Marv and Neighbors. I really don't think there's a big gap at all.
I don't like saying it myself because I am gonna get Marv and
They're very
I'm
close.
looking at getting Rome also, but people are like the gap between Marv and Neighbors is smaller than the gap between Neighbors and Rome.
Definitely.
I see.
I don't like saying myself because
that's why you sent me a mock draft today. It was like Rome getting the Giants, and I was just like, that'd be cool, but like I really want Neighbors to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
Do the Giants pick over the Chargers?
No, they picked 6.
No.
So like
it's like the 3 teams that I think that those 3 could go to that like if like they do like so well in the combine and like they go like 3 back to back, like there's the Cardinals, Chargers, and Giants like at 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And that could have been changed if Matt Prater got the field goal. But
like
they can go right there. Then there's like the Titans too, who they're saying might get a receiver.
I'll be so sick if Neighbors went to the Titans.
The Raiders are right there too.
I really
don't
think
the Jets, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think Neighbors gets past the Chargers or Giants though.
I don't see how.
I don't know. And it's also so early, you know what I mean?
No,
like
you can never tell.
It's difficult to tell, which is, again...
That's why I thought it was crazy that pick...
I was surprised.
That a trade happened for the 102 at this time.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think we were both worried that one of us was going to back out.
Yeah.
So we just had to put it in writing.
I know he was. What do you call it? Like, when this was going down, he was telling me about it. And he was just like, he was all over it. And here's the thing, like, everyone's so quick to be like Dom hates everything Mark does. I think he's his own personal hater. But everyone's so quick to be like, oh, you lost the trade, you won the trade. Trades can be even, man. Like trades can help out both teams.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
You know?
Yo, I'm the best trade maker. I swear, bro. I come up with the most fair trades. Mark saw it and he was just like, I would do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair. Like,
and I came up with the best trade in league history.
The three-way?
The 3-way.
Came up with it on my own. They didn't help me.
And they just loved it?
I was just in the lab, and I cooked something up, and it worked, and I loved it.
And hey, I forever thank you for that, because that led to Chris wanting to do his own version, and me getting his pick.
Yeah.
So... that's really it, man.
Twice he did it. He did it with Jack and Dom again.
Yeah. And
it was AJ Brown and Hurts.
He gave AJ Brown and Hurts.
Right.
He started
he just likes watching him. He doesn't want to win him. He just likes watching him.
It was funny because the day that Ryan and Mark made that trade, like the night of, or like a few hours before that, Dom FaceTimed me saying how he was trying to trade with Mark and trying to get Tank and the 102 from him, and then Ryan did.
Yeah.
That's probably why he hated on it too a little, because like...
Yeah, but Dom, like, we can... I've alluded to Dom's trading tactics already in this video. I think the offer Dom was giving Mark was far worse.
No, yeah.
Like I said, and like you had... Right, and like you had noted in your AOT edit, Mark was very set on the fact that Justin Jefferson is the top dynasty asset, not wide receiver.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's a game. It's a game on both sides. I think Mark kind of needs that blue chip player that can tie his team together, kind of like when I got CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even the year after I got CeeDee, I wasn't good. You know what I mean? But like it's a good piece to build around to going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, I love it. I thought it was a great trade. As soon as I heard it, like, obviously not official yet. Chris refuses to even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But I thought the contract.
Right now.
right, exactly. I thought the contract was hilarious.
It looks official. That's like
that's great.
That's like a constitution.
You got these guys e-signing documents. Like, it's crazy. But no, it was. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great way to kick off the off season in what I think should be a very exciting off season. I think we'll see a lot of teams try to go a bunch of different ways.
I think so too. It's gonna be a lot.
You don't think so?
I just don't know if I'm ready for it.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Oh yeah, another thing why I switched.
Yeah.
I got my own merch now. There's AFC Richmond merch.
Yes.
So I get to have my own merch in my team. Like, you're going to see me pulling up with the AFC Richmond hat, the draft day, you know what I'm saying?
See, I haven't seen the show, so I don't really know the lore behind the team.
You will appreciate the switch more when you see the show.
Okay,
you'll understand. I think you'll understand it more.
I figured.
Ted Lasso, he, like, brings the best out of his players as a person also.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to do over here.
All right, understandable. I mean,
it's cool when you have a team name if it's, like, an actual thing. Like, I mean, like for the draft, like Mark came in the straw hat.
Yes, I think it's so cool. He has a franchise like that.
You came in your dad's.
Dressed as my dad.
Yeah, and like that's cool when you have something like that, you know, like.
Yeah, I like building a brand like that, but it's kind of like on your end, it's also kind of because you first you were the Chiefs. And then you were the Gritty Gang.
The Chiefs
and
was
now you're AFC Richmond.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't long term.
It just wasn't thoughtful.
But I'm saying
I just did it because I had the Chiefs theory, like.
But I think it's like you kind of compartmentalize and associate each team with its own thing. Like the Chiefs really had the 1 year sample size, but the Gritty Gang was dominant and feared, and like you said, it was a powerhouse of all the top players.
Yeah.
So can AFC Richmond build itself to be
definitely
where
I think we're better. I would have rather
already.
I think not the neighbors because obviously didn't play this year, but like I think if I had the team I have now, I would have went to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Like if I had Rashad White playing and Tank Dell, well actually Tank got hurt.
Tank got hurt, and Malik Neighbors isn't in the NFL yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Besides Neighbors,
Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, hey, that's.
And also, I also what made me do it more is that I have the 106 as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Mayer yet either.
Yeah. Like people are like just pushing Mayer aside.
I think it'll be good. And
Mayer's gonna be one of the top tight ends in the league.
Like Trey McBride type.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we knew that, and I think Mark knew that as well. It's not like he's not just taking these guys and flushing them down the toilet. You know what I mean?
No, I mean
you get a great return.
Use them to get Jefferson.
And the 202 is a good pick as well.
No, yeah.
Mark is just going to be sick when he's in the playoffs one day and Justin Jefferson gives him a fat points.
But, like, I respect it because, like, I've seen people, like, say this sometimes because they're not sure, but sometimes you just got to go and get your guy. And, like,
that's exactly what I did. That's
what he did. That's what Mark did.
That's what Mark did, you know?
That's what I did 2 years ago.
You just got to go and get your guy sometimes.
Just making sure it's on.
Even if you think you might lose.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I mean, because it's worth it.
It's also January. You know what I mean? Like, you had Ryan's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Has it been good?
Yes, it had the low battery thing come up, and it was blurry, but like it says the camera was still running. So
we'll figure it out. But yeah, no, I agree, and it's also January. You have so much time to sit there and you know what I mean. Once Chris updates the spreadsheet after the Super Bowl and look at his roster and be like, all right, now what do I need? You know, it's not like you're just making one trade and sitting on your hands. You know,
yeah.
So I think he'll pull it together, and I'm honestly excited to see. I always love seeing the new look teams every year, man. Like it's exciting. So I love it. I love it.
I can't wait for the draft. I mean, I know it's so far away, but like
our draft.
Yeah, like I mean.
It was easily one of my favorite days of the year last year.
Oh yeah,
I'm marking it on the calendar when I think it will be, and like just count the days because like.
What do you think? The 29th of June?
The Saturday, right? Yeah. I mean.
Would it be the Saturday? Okay. Yeah.
I looked at it.
It has. I mean, we'll see, but like I'm like counting the days, and like not just because of like my picks, like my 3 first-round picks, but like it's just. I want to see what people do.
No.
Oh yeah.
And I want to see.
It was so exciting that I wasn't even a part of it last year until the 3rd round, and I'm telling you, it was just so fun to watch.
The 5 second-round picks.
The way everyone like goes on their phones when someone's on the clock, like just you don't know what's gonna happen, and like Chris it set the tone last year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The trade. Well, it wasn't a good move. I don't think.
That was absurd.
I mean, it was a good move if he kept his pick and would get Well, what do you know? He wanted to get
no. He traded. No.
If he kept JSN, fine, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you wanted JSN, you would rather have JSN over Marv.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I didn't understand the offer when he did it because he gave me the offer at the 102, right?
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a while, and I was like, no, whatever. Like I want to win games. And then he gave the same offer for the 103, and I was like, as you go down the ladder, man, like I understand you want JSN, but like
because he was gonna take JSN at the 102, and then I would have gotten Gibbs. But
correct.
I remember I knew you were set on who you were gonna get because you had so much time to think, and then you were on the clock, and then you weren't picking, and I was like, oh man, like I know he's not gonna take the trade, and then it's gonna come to me.
As soon as
and I knew it, and then as soon as it went to me, I saw your face.
Yes.
As soon as I saw my phone,
I knew exactly what
you were.
Yeah.
And
you were happy,
you
but so
mad.
sad that you didn't get JSN.
I feel like you look kind of mad, or like
because I mean it's also just like I don't want to say league imbalance, but like I would rather Chris's team have Marvin Harrison than your team, and I think we can all agree on that from a competitive standpoint, right?
I mean, for 3 weeks you might have him.
So well,
your receiver is gonna be so stacked, man.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely,
like,
and that's why I was like, and even then, you know what I mean? Like you knew it, so it was like it was just a bad move all the way around. But if you wanted JSN and that's your guy again, go get him. You know what I mean? He likes Addison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever. Addison's good.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? He showed a lot this year. He likes Addison. So
Ridley.
I don't like to again. And these trades, as we continue, they always seem to even out.
We're only 3 years in, also. Like
right. So I don't wanna shit on anybody too hard. But yeah, I don't know. Confusing to say the least. But yes, definitely excited for the draft.
So excited.
Definitely excited. So
that's all I got for the podcast. You got anything you want to say? As a champ?
I don't think so. I'm very proud to be the champ. I will wear not this, but this and my CeeDee Lamb jersey, very proudly. And I guess that's all I gotta say until I'm here again next year talking about my second ring. So.
Chill. No, I'll definitely have you back on by then, though.
No, over
like a mock draft or something. Like
throughout the course of the offseason.
Yeah, we should get like a mean mock draft, like us
three
three in like March and just sit in a circle, and just do a mock draft and record.
Oh no, I would love that. Any chance I could talk about this for hours. Like I said, I mean, I brought front and back of things that I was mentioning off the top of my head, but like
awesome.
So
that's how you come prepared. Everyone should be doing that. No,
absolutely. So very excited, and overall had a great year.
Sweet.
That's about it.
Yep. Thank you for coming on here. I almost said having me, but coming up for the champ.
Thank you.
All right. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys.